Hello, my name's Kelsey. Today I'll be showing you how we create a PI proposal. In this example, it'll be for a tax and accounting job. So what we'll need to do is we'll open up BC and we would have been sent a task. We're going to use the Peninsula blood pressure one today. And as you can see, it's a compliance 2020 PI. That's the job process and it's at step C out of 11, which means we actually prepare the proposal to send to the client before any work begins. So we're going to need to open this budget planner, which I do actually already have open here. Just minimize these. And then we're going to go over to our user portal and we'll open Practice Ignition, which is PI. So just while this is logging in, this is a new system that we've put in place where we send off a proposal to a client. It just outlines all the services that we provide and the costs. And they have to accept that before we begin the work, just so that both parties are on the same page. So on the left-hand side, we'll go over to proposals. And up here, we'll start a new proposal. Now I'm just going to move this over as well a little bit. Okay, so you pretty much just go through and you fill out the blanks really. So proposal name, we know that this is a tax and accounting job, so we'll call it tax and accounting. And then the client, so as you can see on the budget planner here, we have two clients, they're in the same group. Julie Banks is an individual and then this is her company. I like to do whoever the billing entity is first, which usually will be written here, but in this example it's not. I have actually checked with Ash though, and it will be the company. So client will search up Peninsula. Blood pressure and Holter monitoring. And then we'll double check the contact. Oh, okay, so as you can see, there was no email address for her here. So we're gonna go to Workflow Max. Sorry, and I'll search up. And I'll just grab her email address from here. And then back on PI, contact name, Julie Banks. Paste that there and save. Okay, so that part's done. Then the proposal start date and proposal end date, that usually also should be entered here, but in this case it's not. I do know, however, that for a company, we estimate that it will take about 6 weeks to get the job done. So the proposal should go for about 6 weeks. So we'll start it from today's date, which is the 12th of November. And then the proposal end date, we'll just go back to November. Oops. We'll go 6 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 24th of December. Then the stuff down the bottom, we don't need to touch. So here we'll just move across. So we'll go services next. So we're looking at Peninsula Blood Pressure. This is the company. So we'll call the job tax and accounting. This is the job name that will then show up on Workflow Max when it kind of rolls over. The service that we'll be selecting is annual tax return. And then this part here, this is just the outline of the services that we provide and also just like some finer details for the client to read. What we do is we always get rid of this bottom line, the facilitation. And then if we preview it, this is obviously the formatted version. If we preview, this is what it would look like for the client when they actually open it. And then over here, billing type, as we can see on the budget planner here, billing type is on completion, which means they won't actually have to pay until we've finished all the work, and then I'll call them and ask them to take the payment out. So we'll change that to on completion. Price is $2,000. As you can see here, they said $1,000 or $2,000, but they've agreed that the proposed bill will be $2,000. So we'll enter that. And then the last little part for this is in the job settings. Over here, you can select the staff that are going to be working on the job. And as you can see on the budget planner, staff member name, we have Whitney, Ash, Anthony, and Rob. Now, it's Ash's pod, so I won't need to put him in. I'll put in Whitney though, because she is under his pod that will be doing most of the work. I'll just search Whitney, and then I'll save. And then we save the service. Now, if we were to be doing a proposal where, say, we were putting in their activity statements as well, we would just need to add another job and select what service. But in this case, we're just doing the tax and accounting. So that's that, and then we'll go across to terms. Oops. This is completely fine to leave. We don't need to touch anything here. Presentation, this one we leave, but down here, we're going to attach a brochure and an introduction video. So that'll be the first thing that the clients see when they open the link to the proposal. It'll be a video on how to actually work it and accept it, and a brochure to introduce them to who will be doing their work. So I have these saved in my own little folder. We'll start with the video first. It's the PI video links. The link to PI proposal acceptance tutorial, that one, we'll copy. And then we'll just paste. And this is what it should look like, Rogerson County Business Accountants, PI acceptance tutorial. And we'll add. I can close that. And then select to upload a brochure. So the one I'll choose, this is Ash's pod. So we'll need Ash, and then the director is also Rob. So as you can see in my folder, I have all these different brochures for different pod leaders and directors, but we'll go down to the one with Rob and Ash. Just to show you what it looks like, this is just like a little PDF to show the client who will be doing their work. So you've got Rob as the director, Ash and Whitney as the accountants, and me as the admin assistant. Just so I can kind of put a name to a face. So we'll drag and drop that in there and upload. And that's all we need to do for that page. And then we'll go to the payments. So the top two, allow credit card payments and allow direct debit payments, we'll leave on. This gives the client the option, if they want, to put in their details when they accept the proposal. But the bottom one, require payment, we're going to turn that off. That one only needs to be on if the if the proposal is bill on acceptance. So that means that the client will open the proposal and they have to pay at the same time, otherwise they can't accept the proposal. Whereas in this case, we aren't billing them yet, so they can enter their details if they want to make it easier further down the track, but they can still accept it without needing to put everything in. So then we'll create proposal. The apps you can just ignore. And then we'll go back over here to proposals, because now we need to do the one for Julie as an individual. So new proposal, across. This one is just an individual. So, oh my Lord. Whoops. Individual ITR. Client is Julie Banks. Don't know why there's two. Yes, okay. That already has an email address in there as well. The proposal date will need to do the same as last time. What usually happens though is for a individual, we estimate that it will only take us 2 weeks to complete their work. However, because she also has a company and we send everything out at the exact same time, and the company is expected to be 6 weeks, we then change the individual to be 6 weeks as well, just so that it's all kind of even and consistent. So down the bottom, we can leave that services. We'll call this one individual ITR. Oops. Select service. So this one is annual tax return, but for an individual. And then, as I just mentioned, as you can see here, our aim is to complete your work within 2 weeks. We're going to change that to 6 to be consistent with the company. Now, for the billing, it is $2,000, but that was billed to the company, and that encompasses all the entities. So, billing type, we're going to change it to an included service because it was included in the other bill. Job settings, though, we're going to add Whitney as a staff member, save job, and save service. Terms, we can leave. Presentation, we can leave. We don't need to add the video and the brochure again because we're going to send the proposals at the same time. So they only needed it to be included in one proposal. And then payments, because it is an included service, we're going to turn all of them off because we don't want her putting in her details for no reason. And then we'll create the proposal. So then, sorry, if we go back here to proposals and we'll go to draft, you can see the top two, Julie Banks and the Peninsula Blood Pressure and Holter Monitoring, are both sitting in draft. And you can see this one has payments enabled and it has the price, whereas Julie doesn't have anything there. So the next steps would be to let the pod manager know. So I'll let Ash know that I've created them, ask him to have a quick look over them, make sure that everything's right. And then I would just need to tick these two, go bulk actions, send selected. And because we're sending them together, we'll send it in group mode. That way they only get one email that has the link to both proposals rather than getting two different emails. And then we would send proposals. I'm not actually going to do it right now because I need Ash to check it. But if everything was fine, you send the proposals and then the client should accept it. They get sent a reminder within, I think, 7 days if they haven't accepted it yet. And then they keep getting reminders to kind of look at it and accept it and whatnot. But once I've let Ash know to review it, he should then send Julie an email just to explain that she's about to get the proposals and this is what it's about. But yes, then once I have done that, I'll go back to VC. Once it's been sent, I'll select prepared, assign it to Ash, and in the comments I'll say sent to client, and then he'll do whatever he needs to do on his part, and then the job will come back to me where I hold on to it until it has been accepted, and then I can send it back again. But yes, that is how we do a PI proposal.